Now, guys, growing up, I always had a father that I was exactly the same as, okay? I was very much the same as my dad. Looks-wise, I mean, we had a different personality. Our lifestyles were different slightly, but I mean, we had the same kind of look. So we had like a very much a different look the same look or whatever, right? So I'm very lucky, and like seeing my dad when he's younger, it just looks like he's an icon, right? Like he just had such a good look that it was crazy good. You're just like, oh my God, right? So you don't really, you like for me, it just goes without saying that I'm gonna be performing. I'm gonna be a performer, and he was a performer too, right? So I mean, it just goes without saying that I was gonna perform, and so I really had to say, that it was something that I really am proud of and really take pride in. I mean, my dad was so good looking, and it was so easy for him. I mean, I know people. Well, he was a construction worker too, and a musician. So I mean, he had the whole package, and he was really good. But for me, I mean, it's easy for me to be good looking because I know what my dad looked like, and he paved the way. Right? It wasn't like the guy had a pretty much a plan already directly made up for me because I know what my dad was like. So I already know what I'm like, right? And so I feel like I've got the whole world as my oyster, darling. Now, some of you out there might be feeling the same thing. You're like, well, I'm good looking, I'm talented, I got the whole world at my feet. I mean, not that you do. I mean, I think if you know yourself, I mean, you don't have to be good looking to have the world at your feet. But some of you might be like, I have the world at my feet. I know what I'm doing. I have a good business. I have good looks, or maybe comedic skills, or entrepreneurial skills. I mean, you don't have to be good looking to be popular and famous. Like, look at Donald Trump, right? Setting aside him as a president, as a person, he's very much like he goes for what he wants. He doesn't care what people think. He'll do whatever he likes. He doesn't care. And people that see him are like, hey, that's cool. We like that about him. It's really kind of like it's real. I mean, setting aside him as a president, I don't. I mean, that's a whole other story. But I mean, he is someone that goes after what he likes, and he doesn't care who's not liking him for it, who doesn't like him for it. He doesn't care about those things. So we all, I mean, like I said, setting aside him as a president, we all can aspire to that, right? Like going for what you want, not caring for what people think, not worrying about having enemies, as he calls it. He says he has a lot of enemies, but I don't think I have any enemies. But I mean, people don't like me obviously because I'm so good looking. But I never treat people badly, so I don't see why I have enemies. I don't think I do. But I mean, everybody does have enemies to some extent. But anyway, I'm always supportive of my enemies because I might be in a bad place or have a hard time. But obviously, we all have enemies. But I mean, I'm just so nice. I don't even care if I have enemies, darling. Anyway, bye now.